So now we can unlock this, we can play, by the way, we are playing cards from the graveyard just for this. And let's see how much mana we have. We have, oh my god, we have 85 mana. You know what, let's go for 75 before this guy scoops. So we will literally steal 75 cards from their library. And this is his deck. However, what they do not know is that our deck works differently. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today the most outrageous, the most toxic robbers you have ever seen. We will steal our opponent's whole deck and we'll go for epic robbers in multiple games. So this will be super fun, and this deck was destined to happen at some point because the virtue of strength, I'm so used to calling virtue of persistence. This can actually triple your lands as long as you play basics. And we play only basic with Evolving Wilds, Fabled Passage, and also way to play them from the graveyard, so you can keep playing lands every single turn until you have no lands in your library and you only draw the good stuff. So guys, we will talk more about the deck in the outro, but I want you to see this. This will be epic, and our opponents won't like stealing the whole deck. This, you will see, this will be fun. And this deck is for our absolute legend for today, Seth, my friend. Last time we exterminated all the red aggro decks, and this is the other side, the greediest of greedy plays ever, and they will be epic. So this deck is for you, really thank you for your support, so we can continue making those epic videos. And you, dear viewer, if you want to help, check out the Patreon, you get the good stuff there. And with that being said, let's hit the ladder and steal some decks. Alright, this is a weird play, that's very low value. I think they really want to be super aggressive. It's not a strictly bad play, but it shows you that they really care about dealing damage and basically nothing more. I can get the third land with Virtue. However, I need the swamp here, like absolutely. Alright, the win con. However, oh right, they probably wanted this, so if we remove the recruit they still have something, which means they have no 2-drops and no other 1-drops. That's kinda interesting. I could try to ramp on the next turn, so I think I will go like this. We'll take this. Bro, imagine thinking you will get to 7 mana in standard. But we'll try. Everything to keep the game interesting. And this is kinda okay, because it is like kinda normally statted. We will remove one of the creatures. What do you do? Double Strike, Vigilance, Death Touch. Alright, so if they go for it, we can kill the creature that they pump. They still get the counter, but that's kinda it, right? And they of course went for the greedy version, the greediest of them all. So they try to double strike their biggest creature, which means that we have a very good target for go for the throat. They get 1 counter, but they wanted 8 damage, not 1 counter. So that's a substantial decline. Alright, so what do we go for? Definitely a swamp here. Alright, let's go. This is interesting. We could get rid of another creature, but what if we don't get a land? You know what? This is good enough. This is actually good enough, because we are guaranteed sweeper on the next turn. So I like it, man. I think, man, this is actually surprisingly nice. We also can force them to split the damage a little bit. Liliana is great, but she will be also great when, you know, she baits some damage. I'm sorry. Alright, that's fine. Good call. And now we can go for this, and we go for Fabled Passage, which at this point is just a perfect basic land every time. So now we are getting guaranteed Deadly Cover-Up. They need to spend some damage on Liliana. Oh, this is normally a good play, but this is risking that if you get swept or this gets removed, bro, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. Let's go for the third black mana. We have so many options. We could even play the Regent and just play a normal board game. But why would we, if we can just go with this? Okay, that was close, man. If I could discard it, they would get it for free and go for lethal, basically. Oh boy, that was close. That was really close. They can go for the prayer, but that's kinda it. So I think I still go for this. I know they have no place, and I can pay 2 extra thingy. So this is a decent play, and now we have Liliana back to keep pressuring. I have real nice cards, so I'm not going for +1. And they have perfect prayer to discard. So it's still not fully over. Those lands at 8 life are super deadly. Bruh, I tell you, just aggro players being aggro players. This is the worst play ever. Attacking with prayer, like this is a 3-3. This would kill Liliana, not leave the leftover, and they would not lose this card. So that was strictly superior play. So, you know, that's how you know you cannot make it. And honestly, I will go for the Regent, because at this stage of the game, a 4-5 that life gains is probably all we need, honestly. And we can always play the Virtue later. Man, Virtues are starting to get online right now. A 3-4-1 aggro card, love it, love it. But at this stage, I think we can actually go around it, like even above this. But you can see their one draw is actually, I want to really point out what's going on. This one draw is drawing them 5 cards in total, because each one of those 1-drops can be double cast for 3 mana, and this is also a 4-drop with very good stats. Like this is first strike, trample, 4/4. Of course, the cost is super premium, so it's basically reserved for 2-color Celestia decks. But the upside is kinda insane when you pair it with 1-drops that give card advantage. Of course, our opponent is not going for any card advantage. They don't want to play the game longer than those few cards, and that's fine. So what do we go for? I don't really want to take damage from this. I could sweep the board, which is kinda risky. They can go for the prayer, so we actually need to treat it, like consider it seriously right now. I could sweep the board, then they go for the prayer, that taps them out, probably they play 1 creature at most, and then we can go with Regent. This is not a bad play. I could also go for the Virtue, right? But then I cannot defend against this very well, and I could take a ton of damage. I'm not loving this play, but I really think that we need to literally sweep their one top deck, because it's so many creatures that it forces a sweeper. This is what I mean, that aggro cards are kinda insane. Like, when you bake a card advantage into card that is already a 2-1 with a double upside, it's getting pretty crazy. And this deck has been around in like top 8 win rate decks since I think over a year. So there's always like mono-reds, and then 1 rabbit deck. That's usually the case. So our opponent is now into 1 random draw. I believe that means they cannot activate the prayer. We can start playing the lands from the graveyard, which is super nice. But of course we cannot allow this double strike. And if they attack with the prayer, man, this will actually be pretty devastating. They can activate 1 on this turn. I can set up the closet, right? And then I can start playing those lands every single turn forever. We could +1 Lily, but that's not super amazing. I played the wrong thing because I double clicked. I legit double clicked. I didn't even want to. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. And I need to keep those. Man, -2 on Lily is kinda devastating. Alright, I will try. Just for the possibility of removal, especially that we have a blocker. So man, this is kinda insane. Every turn they are doing some absolute bomb that forces instant answer, or it gets like runs over with the game. Melira is also really annoying because that's literally protection for this card, so I cannot kill it. Alright, but now they don't have the prayer. So they can attack and we can trade. Which honestly is really good here. Man, we actually made the perfect call. And to be fair, I didn't want to make this call. So now we trade 1 for 1, which is insanely good. That also means we can remove the last creature and start playing the game we wanted since forever. Let's go for this one. So we really need to start playing those lands, man. Like, this is super important. Like, the faster we can set up Virtue, and then one good draw like Robbery instantly wins the game because we have so much mana. Yeah, I really think we have to go for it. This is the best moment. They also cannot activate the lands, because normally they could just pay 4 mana, get rid of one of them, and they still can activate the other one. So that would be pretty bad. Alright, now they can attack for 3 life, and I'm fine with this. Yep. I think they cannot only activate one still. Yep, and they need, I think, 2 mana for the next one. They have 6, 8, and they need 10 for 2 of them. So we will get attacked by 3. This creature is probably like one of the worst manlands, just because it needs the rest of the boards. Alone it doesn't do much. And see, now we have Fabled Passage every single turn. And now we are starting to go for the big stuff. Oh man, like I tell you, one good card right now and we are absolutely set. By the way, this will give us already 3 mana on this turn, because this swamp gives 3 mana, it's a basic, and our opponent is already reading. They want to know what the cards do, the cool cards. Of course we wait for the attack so they cannot activate more. Now we can kill it for a single swamp, and our opponent sees that something changed here. Okay, you clicked it again. Alright, I mean you can. It's highlighted after all. So, right now, okay, this is a nice draw. This makes sure that we survive. And by the way, this strategy also means that we have more and more good draws every single turn, because we are taking basics from the deck. We could just go for the Cellar. And you know what? We will after single turn, because I want this to be as glorious. Guys, I think we legit can mill the whole library on the next turn. We'll get so much mana, our opponent doesn't realize. And you know what? I'm actually not killing this, because then he will scoop. I'm feeding him the hope of winning, so we can crush it. Alright guys, this is... Okay, wait. It needs to be bigger. It needs to be the biggest robbery you have ever seen. Against tier 1 deck, by the way, because this is one of the best decks of the standard. So now we can unlock this, we can play... By the way, we are playing cards from the graveyard just for this. And let's see how much mana we have. We have... Oh my god, we have 85 mana. You know what, let's go for 75 before this guy scoops. So we will literally steal 75 cards from their library, and I have a feeling that this might be a good game. And our opponent is like, what the hell just... I think they've never seen the robbery for 75 cards. And this is how we destroy the best meta decks of the format with style, after they rope us. And this is his deck. Oh my god, I have so many cards, man. I actually have so many cards. You know what? Let's start playing them. This one, sure. We don't overpay because we actually need... Is there a rope? Oh, this is a rope. Alright, let's go. Elves. We want more mana on the next turn. You know we need a lot of mana for what we are going to do. Oh, this is so fun, man. What do you have? Is there anything cool here? Steed? Oh, Steed is cool. But first we go with Triple Might. We want to play as many creatures as possible because it's really fun. It's probably the most anyone had fun by playing this deck. So our opponent is sitting here and trying to rope maximally, as much as possible, before they inevitably will draw a card from the top of their library. And here you go! That's how we win, with style. Alright guys, it seems that we're against Zultai. That's interesting. So I will take black mana for sure here. And we have the Virtue, which means that we can get something from the graveyard. But you know what? Against Dimir or Zultai, it could be like 3-colored control or something. So I definitely want the Tome as soon as possible, because we need to start getting this card advantage. Also, when they see this, they know exactly what's going on. And we need to prevent it, especially when they see old basics and stuff. We want to draw the maximum cards from this. And this could be a good Fabled Passage turn. I mean, it's the same on the next turn, I guess. Alright, alright. This is interesting. I don't want Evolving Wilds because they are tapped, and actually in this stage of the game it matters a little bit. So we are both setting up basically right now. We need to get those cards while we can. Okay, Duress is kinda massive, man. This is actually a super strong draw. I will go for second forest, so we prepare for this one. And now we need to make some first decisions of the game. Let's go. That's the decision. Oh boy, this is really scary. It's Bargain or Cease and Desist. This will hit us really hard later. But I think it's Bargain, because it's faster. Like with the other card, they are not getting as much value as quickly. Do I want to Virtue already? This shows them the hand, but I get the card. Yeah, I think it's worth it. They might deadly cover up and get rid of all the virtues, but I think we can win on Outrageous Robbery alone. But we need to be careful so they don't exile this. Then we actually have no win con. So I was considering this while making the deck, and I thought, well, we will just play around it. So let's see. We probably need a really outrageous robber on this game, or just, you know, multiples. You can play one at the end step and then main phase, and you will see like 20 something cards. Which means that you can just win with your opponent deck. Alright. Alright. They want Virtue already, I really do. Yeah, because they are exiled, right? So they cannot get rid of them. Man, this is actually really good. Let's go for another Swamp. And we are gearing toward getting more and more mana. And this Duress was really nice. It really prevented their idea of, you know, ramping the power. Alright, and Tear Asunder will probably be very good at some point. And Cease and Desist is super clunky, because they need 6 mana to get rid of basically one card right now, so it's not worth it for them anymore. Alright, we are getting the cards, we are setting up, and we are waiting with those robbers. I don't probably need more lands, so I will play this one. And of course we can crack it later. We want to be ready with the Deadly Cover-Up in case something really weird happens, like Duress into Deadly Cover-Up or something like this. Let's crack it. This is probably the first turn when we can go for the Virtue. It will probably get answered very quickly, but the second one might stay. So we will see. Let's keep drawing cards, that's super important. And we might discard the first one, but we have removal, so it's not me. Oh man, this is actually a really good draw. Oh man, I'm actually excited for this one. I could just go for it right now. Or we can just go for the Virtue and see if they have answer. Alright, I will go for the main play. They can go for Deadly Cover-Up or something, but I'm not super scared. We can just ramp normally in the worst case, and they need to take the full turn off for this. And they also need to kill it. Cease and Desist is 6 mana. We are not getting any value from this card on this turn, but we force them to. Bruh, I really hope like the last 2 remaining cards won't be answer for this. But no, they could destroy enchantment. So that means the second card is also good? Man, that's interesting. I wonder what exactly they play. Like, it feels like one of the decks that we were playing, but we don't know what is at the top end. Is that Ugin or the Life Beget Deaths or Robbery, or I'm not sure. Oh my god, they have the Village! I'm so used to playing counterspells that I actually got scared about it. Alright, let's go Anoint. It probably won't hit too many targets in this matchup. And let's see what our opponent is cooking for this turn. Like, they need to do something. They can go for this. But that's pretty expensive answer. And they also get rid of their own Cornucopia, which isn't a big deal, but it's still one mana less, right? So I'm pretty happy with it. I honestly think we just play another one. And what is the mana color? We could go Lily. Or we could go for the Regent, which is probably better, man. I don't think they can deal too much then. Don't forget, this already gives us 3 mana, and this is crazy. Like, playing 3 mana spell on a single forest feels so great, man. This one goes to the battlefield, and that means even if they kill this, like, this is a random top deck. They can get something from the graveyard, but that means we get 1 turn of Virtue. And of course, they literally top deck the removal on enchantment from the top of the library. Like, this is crazy, man. All I needed is this to not be enchantment removal, and here it is. We will still win, I'm pretty sure, but this is kinda crazy that we got to a point that Guy literally draws the answers from the top like there's nothing. Alright. We'll still do it, guys. We will still do it. This mills cards, it's not super impactful. There's no way they will do it again, right? Right. I still probably want the land. It costs 3 mana on this turn, so I'm not super sure. You know what? No, let's just play it. Because we have 9 mana, we can start playing the first robbery, especially if they don't answer anything. And we also have the other counterplay. Milling cards doesn't matter, so right now this card is basically all that matters. They can spend 3 mana to draw some extra cards, so but they only have 4 mana. So this will be super important turn. There's no way they will get another enchantment removal. Surely this will never happen. I can tank this damage for a moment, but not too long, so I can probably take 1 or 2 turns and then I need to start respecting it. Especially... oh no, it's not the counters one. They have creatures in the graveyard, so that's something we need to care about. I like the fact that they can take this from the graveyard for the right matchup. That's super cool synergy. Alright, let's see. Surely they don't have enchantment removal, right? Right? There's no way. Don't forget they have the Liquor Wrap, so we only have 1 turn of robbery. When they get to sorcery, they will get rid of our win con. By then we need to win the game. Okay? So if I click this, I know I have all the mana. Okay, I'm clicking it. No way! They waited for the upkeep! Of course they have removal. Of course they do. However, what they do not know is that our deck works differently. 27 cards. I think 27 cards should be enough to win this game. How do you think, guys? And they waited for the upkeep, and now they might regret this. I miscounted by 1. Or did I? Or maybe I kept this 1 mana for the play. To be absolutely honest, I probably should steal like 3 less cards and get 3 extra mana. But that's fine, guys. And they can destroy anything, but... wait. Oh, this is a draw step. Okay, never mind, scrap that. I just wasted 1 mana. And we made the right play, except this part. Alright, now we have a swamp, which means we can play a card, which is really nice. But what is the card? Talent helps a little bit. It will tax their mana, but not much more. I think we have to go for the Liquor Wrap. Maybe we can go for another robbery then. I don't think they should kill us on this turn. What is this? Momentum Breaker, we don't care. I think it's just the Liquor Wrap, man. I know they kill their own board, but I don't want them to have a chance to get rid of our all win cons. I can sweep this board very nicely. And then they basically are left with nothing. With Tear Asunders, if they level up the talent, there's nothing. And you know, with 30 cards in the hand, I think we should be fine. To be absolutely honest, this is so greedy. I have 30 cards and I'm thinking about stealing more. Like, I should not do it. Like, come on, this is not a good play. But I'm still doing it. What are the cards in our actual hand? I like Virtue. I like all of those cards. I really should not keep the robbery. This is the right choice, alright? Let's not be too greedy. There's no way they will outvalue their own deck by 30 cards. And don't forget they only have 14 in the library. Okay, so I didn't want to make a token for this reason, because we play into them pumping the creatures, but they actually play it just for the pump. Which is honestly a good decision. We need to live them. We didn't steal Cornucopia, which is wild, but maybe they don't play too many of them. Oh, we did! We have 1! Okay, this is huge. So we start with Cornucopia probably. They can this is the card they want to keep in the library, in the graveyard, because they can exile them. But I'll take it. We played the basic just in case. We can get rid of this if we care. We probably do because we have Cornucopia, and we need to play some 3-colored spells. I think, okay, this is huge turn. We need to be mana efficient though. So we start with Cornucopia. And fortunately for us, I'm pretty versatile in playing those decks because I love this archetype. So let's go for Awaken the Honored Dead. If they kill it, it's actually good for us, but we'll duress them anyway. Gain 3 life. That's their hope gone. And let's go for the big snakey. We go duress. You can see that having this amount of cards really helps. Probably the worst draw from our opponent is this town ain't big enough. And let's go nowhere to run. We need to get rid of everything. And then we would play Kaito probably and make the token for the live game. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright guys, our opponent is going first and the name is Only Victor, the Fervent. Bro, if that's not the red player, I don't know what is, alright? Here we go. I can appreciate, at least being straightforward about it. So I think we will start with Duress because we need to lower the power while we can. And yep, here you go. Here you go. Oh, that hurts. They have the Verge, but they don't have basic to unlock it. Man, this was the perfect draw, because if they played any other land, the Verge would still be only red, and they couldn't double Sleight of Hand, and they actually didn't have other plays. So this was kinda as good as it gets for them. However, we are ready here with a lot of Duresses. Let's go with this one, because that's something we will play. Sure. Okay, so we have to go for a Fabled Passage. It won't be easy. We got rid of the non-creature cards, but they still get the, the draw from the top. The most scary thing in Magic. Alright, hopefully it's only 2 damage. Alright, they didn't draw anything. They have a ton of value. So the draw was Slick Shot. Scary card. We'll definitely go for a Swamp here. Like, we have a long way to go. And I honestly think this is the turn to go for Regent. This way we get a lot of mana, we get some ramp, and we can start preparing for the big plays, And maybe with Robber we can start stealing their own stuff. This card will be incredibly important. I'm interested why they didn't play it. Honestly, I think... Well, maybe they expect Deadly Cover-Up or something. So I wanted to say I think they should attack or use all of this, but I guess there is an argument to not. I think they're waiting for a non-creature spell, so they play everything at once. And at least, yeah, here they are. Here they are going. So they drew a non-land card. There's not much we can do about it. Storm Chaser's Talent, a very strong one. And because we don't have a sweeper, we are dealt 10 freaking damage. I think we kinda have to go, but man, this is also a card advantage card. So this is crazy. I will still try to deny 3 damage. Like, we are way lower than we want. And because there's no Deadly Cover-Up, we actually cannot fight this normally. And this is why all you see is aggro. I actually thought that we might draw it. Believe or not, I was like, well, we might draw Deadly Cover-Up because we have 4 of. In that case, I should Tear Asunder this, but we had no way of knowing, so it was still the better play. I need them to whiff, I need to use Robbery to steal a few cards. Drake, I mean, at least that's a new card, On this turn we need to go for Robbery. We need to steal as many of their high value aggro cards as we can. They can get Sleight of Hand, right, on this turn. It's still okay. They can prowess something, right? And I think I will try to take this damage. We can duress the next play, and of course we'll steal some cards. But we are getting into the danger zone. Like, we might die very quickly. We have tomes, but not much more. Let's go for Robbery. Let's see what our cool meta cards are. I mean, that's a lot of good meta cards. Sure. Really is pretty nice here. Alright guys, we need to be smart about this turn. Verge is kind of the better land here, so let's go for it. And now we need to think. I think I will go with Cory. We definitely open with Cory. Let's be honest, Cory is our... Okay, moment. We don't need red mana. Let's be honest, Cory is our best card of the deck because it's an aggro card. So we auto-pay 2, sure. And now we can resolve. So now we are getting free stuff like every aggro player, which is great. I cannot go for the damage because we cannot re-raise this. I think we only have double black. So I can either kill a creature, which I have to do, or try to go for the card. I will try to go like this. We're a little bottlenecked, of course, on the black mana, which is a little bit more problematic than I expected.
And I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
And I want to kill this creature more than I want to get rid of the card.
Off you go.
And I mean, there's no reason not to, right? So, I think I will leave this as a blocker. And we'll start dealing some damage. We'll show our opponent how to play their deck to full extent. And this is very scary. And they already lost. Man, they actually gave up moment we got their cards for a single turn. Well, I would say that maybe the name should be changed. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this crazy day of Magic. This was absolutely over the top, and I'll be honest, I had this deck in my mind for over a year. Like, this was destined to happen at some point, and I thought this is the day. So I hope you had a blast watching this, and of course, this is very hard to set up. This is 7-drop that requires you to make another turn of plays, and then you get the stuff. So you need 2 full turns to go for this combo. Obviously, in the meta where 1 and 2 drops are raining, they get value, they get damage, they get everything. It's very hard to set up, so this is not the deck that will ladder you up. You will D-rank with this deck, but it's super fun, and I really like the addition of the Closet and the Cellar, because that gives you the second game plan of playing clans from the graveyard. I will try to make a deck like completely around this, because I think it's super cool synergy, but this one is all about those robbers, and I hope that this deck hit the spot for you. I hope you had a lot of fun watching this video. So I took all the pain of seeing mono red on the play, so you get only the good stuff. If you appreciate, the suffering that went into this video, like and subscribe. We'll try to make more decks like this, because I think this is like the cool Magic. This is the reason we enjoy the game so much. And yeah, I hope you had a blast. And before we wrap up the video, of course, huge thank you to our amazing patrons that allowed all of this to happen every single day. You guys are amazing. Really thank you for that. And I'm so happy that you are just here enjoying the channel. It means a lot to me. So guys, really thank you for watching as always. You are amazing, and see you guys tomorrow.